Over the last year, in the Bioregion of South Devon, we've been exploring what it means to feel part of a living place by pausing, listening, and noticing.
When we do this, something begins to shift in how we relate to ourselves, each other, and the places that we inhabit. By combining sensing, place, and experimentation, a practice emerged that we call Cultivating the WE.
Inspired by a technique practiced in the 1950s and 60s by a group of artists called the Situationists, we walk through the town without purpose. Guided by whatever calls us, we use our phones to collect images and sounds along the way.
The Derives, it's like permission to explore to the micro. I feel like the visual imprint of the radius beyond where we meet is so vivid to me now. My interest is often in less human spaces. To be this free with this many other humans around is very liberating.
The group moves and adjusts like a murmuration of birds. No one leads, there is only awareness of one another's presence.
It felt like we were meeting life and life was coming to meet us, and feeling this sense of how deeply our environment wants us to engage with it. And particularly when we do that in a group, when we're doing that as this big body with one mind meeting, you can get in contact with the magic of the orchestration of life.
Back inside, we make a collective installation that conveys the experience we shared, a kind of psychogeographic map. With each improvised gesture, the piece evolves until the group feels a sense of completion. Then we pause to reflect on what has happened and what it means to us.
This term, the practice of freedom, came to me. It is like practicing as if we were free of certain shackles and opening ourselves up to possibility that is there, but either society or the environment or ourselves are blocking that opportunity for newness.
If someone takes on the role of destroyer, causing chaos, it can be shocking, because there is tenderness in what is created, and we naturally resist destruction. What we have realized is that staying with the friction becomes a way to explore adaptation.
We address the obstacles, forces, or pressures affecting our lives, where we get stuck and what we are afraid of. Each of us speaking out loud to these systems becomes a way of seeing what's holding us back or keeping us from thriving in our communities. Like naming a ghost.
We don't know how things function in crisis and things, and so it's even more important just to sort of, let's take a pause. Let's just see what's happening here, what's their idea? And so doing some arts and finding your way of communicating to understanding through that it's essential. And I think this whole process, like the doing, it actually, while it has a feeling of being risky and unknown, it creates possibilities.
Climate adaptation requires many people making decisions in different contexts, responding quickly. We often sense change long before we can explain it. Cultivating the WE is one way of practicing adaptation together.
In a world desperate for solutions, pausing to feel and listen can be a powerful choice. From this liminal space, a different kind of collective inquiry begins.